Welcome back to Self-Love Ignited. Today on the podcast, I am exploring why just biting the bullet and getting visible in your business and just doing the thing, posting the photo, doing the video, even when it feels terrifying and judgmental and your inner critic is screaming at you, we're talking about why just doing it isn't actually the answer. My name is Katie Allen, and this is Self-Love Ignited. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Self-Love Ignited. It has been a while since I've done a solo episode. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you would have seen that. I've had a lot of personal stuff happening, but it is good to be back. It is good to be back here with you. And this episode is really important because it is the center, one of the central pieces of the work that I do, of my mission here on this planet, and how I help people. This is some of my magic sauce, I guess you could say. Today we are talking about visibility and why just being visible, for business owners, it's like just post that selfie, just do the video, just do that thing that you've been resisting, just do it. We're talking about why that is so hard and how you can begin to do that with a little bit more ease. Because really my intention and my hope for you is that having your business gets to be easy. Being visible, being online, doing videos, doing audio, posting selfies, whatever your thing happens to be. I want that to feel like easy and fun and effortless for you. But I get that if you are watching this or if you're listening to this, that's probably not feeling that way right now. So here's the thing. When you arrived on this planet, you were a blank slate. We all were. When you came as a baby, you were innocent. There was no ideas of I should or I shouldn't. There was no shame about your body, your appearance, how you look. There's no shame about any of your personality traits. There's no shame about who you are. You came as a blank slate. And then life happened. Right? Then life happened. And as we're growing up, we get stories and we get belief systems piled on top of us, which over time accumulates into a whole hell of a lot of self-doubt, and the inner critic gets really loud and we judge ourselves and then we hold ourselves back. So I really want to make clear that a lot of what we're talking about today and a lot of the work that I do with my clients, it's not actually about adding more to your plate. This isn't about doing more. This isn't about adding extra steps and homework and all that sort of thing. Really what this is about is peeling back the layers of crap that has been dumped on you your entire life and getting back to that core essence of you. Because that core essence of you, there's no fear in there. There's no hesitation, right? That is pure love, pure joy, that energetic state. So in business, and I have notes down here. So if you're watching the video and you see me looking down, yes, I have notes. In business, if we are resisting authenticity, if we are resisting getting visible, if we are resisting putting something out into the world, where we fear being judged by others, we fear what others are going to say, we hesitate because we're like, oh, what are they going to think? Oh my God, they're going to see me and then they're going to think this, and then they're going to think I'm too fat and I don't have my shit together, and they're going to think I'm too old and maybe I can't help them, and they're going to think. We worry about what other people are thinking because we're judging ourselves. The only reason that you are so concerned about other people judging you is that you are judging yourself. All of those things, if they're going to think I'm too fat, they're going to think I'm too old, they're going to think I'm too fill in the blank, whatever that happens to be. You are thinking that first, whether consciously or not. That is the only reason that it is such a big block for you. Right. So I think really first understand that is why we're so hesitant to put things out into the world, is because it's happening inside our own heads first. Where did all this come from? Like I said, this is life. right? You were not born with this. This is programming. This is from your childhood. Generally speaking, most of these stories, most of these beliefs is created within us when we're like under the age of 5, pretty much. I mean, of course, as adults, yes, we can still grow and change, and yes, we can still develop new beliefs, but the vast majority of them happen in childhood, long before we're even conscious of this happening. So this comes from, how you were raised, your family of origin, the people that you were around when you were a young child. That's where a lot of this comes from. So what do we do? You are there, you have these beliefs, whether you want to have them or not. You have these things in your head that say, I believe I am too fat. I believe I am too old. I believe I am not enough. I believe. What the work is that we discover what those are. We go on like it's not a fact-finding mission. What is it? It's like we go on like a journey of exploration inside of you. And we find, what are those stories? What are these beliefs holding you back? And they are, of course, different for everybody, but there is a lot of overlap. The ones I've just said: too fat, too old, not good enough, don't know enough. Those are pretty common. Those are pretty common, right? I'm sure that you can probably identify with at least something in there. Or, maybe if you're not too fat, maybe you think you're too skinny. Maybe you think you're too tall. Maybe you think you're too short. Maybe you think you're too white. Maybe you think you're too dark, whatever that happens to be, right? So you have this like too much, not enough complex. So we discover what those are, and then we transmute them. We transform them into something more empowering. We transform them and get back down to your soul truth. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to believe yourself to be? And we make that your truth, right? We create that to be your new reality. And yes, sometimes this goes back and this is inner child work. Sometimes this is really complex stuff. Sometimes it's really simple stuff, but it does all come back down to who you are being, right? Who you are being. And when we're doing that, we are changing your inner ecosystem. Everything inside your head, all of those beliefs, all of those things that have been on repeat for probably years, if not decades, we're changing that inner ecosystem. We're changing all of those habitual thought patterns. And as a byproduct, we end up changing your patterns on the outside as well, right? What you are actually doing. What that means is that we change how you show up in the world, the energy that you bring. We change your confidence. We change the belief that you have behind yourself, because when you believe different things, you do different things as a byproduct. And that means that you also show up in your business differently, right? And this is really key, because if you are just changing your actions, right? If you're just like, oh, I'm just going to show up on video, even though it still feels like crap. I'm just going to post this photo, even though I'm absolutely terrified and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to judge me. I'm just going to put this selfie up, even though inside my head, all that my inner critic is screaming is, you're too fat, you're too fat, you're too fat, you're disgusting. Why are you doing this? Don't put this out in the world. If you are just doing the actions with that energy behind it, it's not going to get you very far. It is not going to get you very far. It is a fine line between changing your beliefs and then changing the actions, changing your beliefs and then changing the actions. And it's like they need to go hand in hand. And we need to sort of just creep forward, a little bit of belief, a little bit of action, a little bit of belief, a little bit of action, a little bit of belief, a little bit of action. Try saying that 10 times fast, just saying it 3, got a little tongue tied there. But that is how we need to do this. So if you are doing all of the action changes, you're forcing yourself to do all of these things, but the belief is not behind it, your energy is going to be way off, and it is not going to stick, and it is going to feel hard, and it's going to feel awful. If you are changing all the beliefs, it might feel really good on the inside, but it's not getting solidified. You're not creating proof on the outside of the change. Right? And it's not going to help your business if it's all on the inside and you're not doing any of the actions on the outside. So that is why we have to balance the belief work and then the change work. And the belief work is where we start. That is the core, because when you do this, when you create this really nice balance, the give and take, the little bit of each, it gets to be easy. This gets to be easy, believe it or not. being seen online, putting yourself out there, putting your business out there, putting your offers out there, posting selfies, doing videos, recording podcasts, doing reels, doing TikToks, whatever your thing is, this actually is pretty fun. And it is easy when you have the beliefs to back it up. When you have the supportive beliefs to back it up, you are no longer having to filter yourself for fear of what others will say. You are no longer having to hold yourself back because your inner critic is screaming at you, right? So that's why, like, just be visible, just do the thing. It's not the answer. Is it part of it? Sometimes. For some people, there is, for many, a bit of a like bite the bullet moment where you have to be afraid and you have to do it anyways. But the belief work has to go with it. So I really hope that you can see how this transformation works and why, like, just be visible, just press post, just put the photo or the video or the selfie, just do it. It is not really the answer. It is only a little tiny part. It's only a little tiny part. And there is so much more. And this gets to be so much fun because when you do this, it is contagious. This energy, so good, right? This is fun. And if you are listening to this, or if you're watching this and you're just going, oh, I want this, but that feels so far away, that feels so foreign. I don't know how I could ever feel good posting a photo of myself. I don't know how I could ever be my authentic self online and as a leader in my business, because like that is just so terrifying. I don't know how I could ever do that. I believe in myself. I don't know what it would be like for my inner critic to be my own friend. If you're listening to this and that is what's happening in your head, I just want to tell you, number one, you're not alone. Number two, this can change real quick. This can change real quick, right? We can start this a little bit, baby steps, get you being visible, get you feeling really good about being visible, uncover the layers, peel back the crap so that you can just show up and feel great about being you. And this is going to impact your business hugely. Hugely. Your audience is going to feel the magnetism of this. And this is also, as a really beautiful byproduct, going to elevate your well-being, going to make your mental health soar. It's going to transform your relationships. You are going to show up differently in every area of life. It's a really beautiful ripple effect that this has in every area. So if you are interested in finding out more about this work, if you are interested in learning how this could apply to you and your life and your business, I would love to chat with you. Please book a free call with me. There is a link in the show notes down below. And like, let's talk about this, right? I think you can probably tell by now, this is what lights me up. This is what excites me. And I want this for you too. And even if you're not ready to do this work, if you're not ready to dive in, work with a coach, work with a mentor, if you are still just like, dipping your toe in the water, that's cool too. That's cool too. If your only takeaway from this is that you need to balance the action and the belief, and that just forcing it is never going to be good, and that you have to have both, and that you absolutely underneath your core are that beautiful, confident, like baby-like energy that is just like a love and light and beautiful. If that is your only takeaway from this, that is a damn huge takeaway. So I hope that you enjoy that. If you are ready for more, please book in a call. I would love to chat with you. We can talk about what that would look like, the work that we do, how that could work for you, and yeah, all the details, all that sort of stuff. If you're interested, book a call. Otherwise, have a really beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. I so appreciate you. I will hope to see you very, very soon. So much love. See ya.